All right. What's up to the crew? We are live. Thank you everybody for joining. Please pop me a message in the chat. Let me know if I am loud and clear. No time to waste today. Let's get into the charts, and thank you everybody for showing up for me and for yourselves. This is where the work gets done. I love to see it. The crew is in the building. Thank you so much everybody for hopping on. Let's go. No time to waste. I'm going to get straight into the charts. Before we start, please make sure that you are with us in every way possible. Get into the Telegram Academy using this QR code. That is where all of the announcements go down, and I'm working on some amazing partnerships that are almost there. You know, I'm always pushing for free stuff for this crew that enables us to learn. So right there, I believe most of you are already in the Telegram. If you're not in it, let's go. And then of course, trading on the best platform in the world, that is the Bybit sign up link right there, and there are some awesome benefits. Go to the rewards hub after you sign up to make sure you're getting all of your free money, your free coupons, which are now also available as spot coupons for those of you who are not trading futures. All right, we got a lot to look at today. Of course, we're going to do TA on Bitcoin and Ethereum and market charts and altcoins, but we also have this US government shutdown risk that we're going to take a look at. Very, very important, as fundamentals are really running the whole show at this point. And if this shutdown happens, we need to make sure that we are positioned correctly. So we're going to do a little bit of understanding there on what exactly this means and when the dates are, when the deadlines to watch out for are, etc. And maybe we can even do a little bit of a live trading stream at that deadline when it is announced, if the shutdown is happening. All right, give me one more confirmation that we are loud and clear, that you can see my screen, see my face, hear my voice. And let's go straight into some Bitcoin TA. Let's go. Imran in the building. Lovely to see you, man. Portugal in the house. Let's go. We are global. Welcome, Juan. Welcome, Egri. Lovely to see all the friendly faces. And if you are here, make sure you are chatting, right? Maybe one more link to drop is the Discord. Our Discord is absolutely firing up. I'm so impressed. Well done, everybody, for being part of the community there. At this point, this is where the community chats. This is where the community actually has the space to act as a group, right? So make sure that you are in the Discord. Very important. Oh, we've got Denver in the building. And man, I'm excited. I'm excited for the USA trip. It is looking like it's on the books. It does look like I might be in Hong Kong next week or the week after, but I'm still going to try come at y'all with the live streams. So no stress. I'll always make sure that I'm live for the community. All right, I believe everything is loud and clear, right? Everything is loud and clear. Testing. Time to move into some technical analysis, and we can see that one of our levels gave us an absolute beautiful bounce. So well done to the community. We are really doing well, and yeah, lovely to see y'all using the Discord as the Discord should be used. I'm going to actually go through some of these chats that have been happening in the Discord shortly, because I'm really excited to see you guys learning the strategies, executing the strategies, making the money. And man, you must be on a little bit of FOMO here. BB, are you with us on this river trade? You nailed the analysis, but it looks like you were maybe a little bit scared to actually get into the trade. But man, what came after that? But I mean, look at this. The trading setups are so awesome. We've even got users going the extra mile, taking our strategies and turning them into infographics. So Edge, wow, I do commend you. Hats off. Look at this, taking the knowledge and actually putting it into these easy to understand infographics. Very great. And yeah, we're going to be going through all of the chats that have been happening here. We're also going to go through, you know, what happened in our last stream, all of our setups, how did they actually end up playing out? So yeah, lots to get through today. No time to waste. Dumitru in the building. Thank you for joining, guys. Lovely to see everybody. So please do keep the chat hot, right? Do not be ghosts in my chat. And let me know, how's everybody doing, right? How's everybody feeling? Did anybody get the bounce? Did anybody get the bounce from the zone that we did identify? Not bad, not bad. Very nice. 3% bounce from our level around 86K. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to clean up this chart, and we're actually going to do our due diligence and zoom out a little bit and do the analysis as it should be done, right? Most of you know that I like to come to the charts naked, and this is really the only way that you can see the charts for what they are, right? It's very easy for us to bang all these levels out. Technical analysis should be second nature, and do not be afraid of looking at your charts naked, right? This is the best way to do it. You will paralyze yourself if you are looking at the charts with too many levels, right? Analysis paralysis is a real thing. You will also be blinding yourself to the candle reading, which is so, so important. And we are getting some signs that the reversal is really, really putting in the effort to come in. Let's see if there's a bullish divergence there. Let's see if our momentum is giving us any kind of higher. So we're not getting a bullish divergence on the RSI as of yet, but it is nice to see two nice bullish candle patterns coming in. Here we got the Harami. It really was not the trend reversal. It was of course, a bit of a reversal, 3.3%, but not like we wanted to see from a true Harami all the way back up. What we are seeing now is again a very nice bullish candle pattern on the daily time frame, but I even want to zoom out a little bit further. All right, we all very, very much want to rush into closer time frames, taking scalps, etc. But really the best thing to do is to zoom out and make your charts naked. All right, let's go. Mika got the bounce. Congratulations. Drop us your snapshot of your P&L on Bybit into the Discord, into the live trading charts, so that we can share it to the crew. But lovely to see that someone is using the analysis we do on these live streams and taking the trades. Congratulations. And we're actually going to go through all of the trades from last Thursday's New York Open stream. And of course, we're also going to do a lot of screening to see if we can get into another trade today. It's not going to be a long one today for a few reasons. There is a crazy virus going around Cape Town. So everybody in Cape Town is sick. And as much as I like to be in denial about it, it has gotten me. So here I am. I'm with y'all, but it's not going to be the longest session. You can already hear that my voice is struggling. Welcome, Carlos Ramos, to the building. Please make sure you sub to the channel. Put the notifications on. Get into the Telegram Academy, get into the Discord, become a part of the family, and huge welcome. All right, so ETH actually did give me a signal, guys. Did you guys get the alert? Caught along on ETH the other day from 2812, TP1 hit, hoping for a continuation up. Okay, so what were the entry signals for you on that trade so we can all learn from it? What was the confluence that allowed you to enter into that trade? All right, so we're going to try to do about 2 hours today, guys. We have about an hour and a half until the New York market open. We're going to do as much analysis as we can, all of our backtracking to see how our other trades went, etc., market chart analysis, and then we're going to see how the market opens. Maybe we'll even take a bit of a degen trade if you guys are keen. But let's see how the market opens, how we do, and it's not going to be a 6-hour stream today. So you guys can breathe. You guys can breathe. I'm not going to keep you here for too many hours today. But yeah, huge welcome to the newcomers. Please do get into all the places where the community keeps it hot. All right, so monthly time frame is always where I want everybody to start. All right, and unfortunately, we did not print the monthly Harami. We are getting what looks like could possibly be the inverted hammer, although it's looking a little bit more like a doji cross at this point. If you are not up to date with all of the candle patterns that I am mentioning, do not stress, right? I am very busy now with my candle price action reading course. And I am going to be creating separate videos for every single candle pattern, every double candle pattern, every triple candle pattern, and every complex multiple candle pattern. And there's going to be a full free price action candle reading course on this YouTube channel. So that's going to be awesome. Bro, we were just speaking about you. Speak of the devil. Welcome to the chat, BB. All right, so BB, I was looking at your trade here that you dropped, this trading setup on River. And it looks like you had it down on the 1 hour time frame with the green dot VWAP crossed. Money flow is looking a little bit sideways, but I'm guessing the money flow came in. So let us know, did you take this trade? What happened in this trade? I do believe River went for a bit of a run after this. I said that I see that you're waiting for the reaction at the POC, wanted to take the long at 40, but was a little bit scared of the 7 to 10% candles. So when you are trading a coin that is that volatile, please do remember to take your leverage down and make sure your position sizes are nice and small. And of course, if you are using new strategies, right, make sure you backtest, guys. It will give you confidence and it will allow you capital preservation. But we're going to be going through all of the conversation here in the trading setups as well as our previous trades. But let's just do a little bit of due diligence here on this monthly time frame on Bitcoin. And, you know, a few things are very, very obvious here. First of all, our market structure. It's not looking good, guys. It's not looking good, right? Everybody's seeing what I'm seeing here on market structure. I don't want to short Bitcoin. I want to long Bitcoin to the moon. All right, nothing changes with the fact that I buy Bitcoin every single day. I dollar cost average into the best asset of all time, the fastest growing asset that we have ever seen throughout history. All right, game changer, game changer. Learn about Bitcoin if you don't know about it. There is actually a short video on my YouTube. What is Bitcoin, right? But what we are seeing here is devastatingly scary. Right, we are on the edge, right on the edge of losing our bull market structure here. This is something to watch, guys. We are, first of all, breaking structure, right? Look at that trend line, breaking structure. Second of all, we are retesting this major parallel channel that we have been in all the way since October 2023. Even goes back a little bit further. Right? We've been in this channel now for 2-3 years and it's not looking good. And the government shutdown, the reason I'm putting emphasis on this government shutdown is it could be a catalyst for us for lower levels. And many of you know my line in the sand is this level right here. All right, the 74K level, you can see it's a previous local high and then we smashed through it and we came back to retest it. This is perfect market structure and this is bullish. All right, but what we see here is that if we print monthly candles below this level, we will be printing a lower low. Never mind this parallel channel. All right, yes, the parallel channel gives you your exact dynamic upward sloping support and resistance, but really for market structure, we need to have higher highs and higher lows. Right, all the way from the bottom, there's the low. Here's the change in market structure because we made a higher high. Market structure broken. So there we have low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. And at the moment, we're fine. We have a higher high and we have a higher low. Even if we come lower, in my opinion, we'll still be fine. But it is this level. Right, it's the 74K level, line in the sand, that if we do print a monthly candle below this level, then technically we are breaking market structure. And it might even be bullish in the short term. But what I want you all to understand, and it's very simple, it's monthly time frame. If we do print monthly candles here, yes, it could still be bullish short term all the way back up. But the likelihood is here that if we really break market structure here and print a lower low, right now we're okay, right? The swing failure pattern is coming above the previous low. But if we get a lower one, yes, we could go back up, but it's more likely that we will actually print a lower high below all-time high. And it could seem bullish, right? We could even come up to 100 and say 125K, and then print this lower high. Now, I've said this a few times in different videos, different live streams, but this would then be a downward sloping market structure, and this would be the bear market. So really, it's a super, super important time here, and it's important time to understand how are we positioning ourselves in the long term. Of course, we have our market cipher on the monthly to really help us out for our portfolio margin positioning. HU in the building, welcome, brother. I hope you're going to smash us with some live trades today. Very, very impressed, man. As always, you have been killing it. Oh, Apex in the building. Welcome, welcome. Let's go, let's go. Is this Chris? Is this Chris Apex? The only hope is we have a bullish engulfing candle. Really anything, guys, anything. But we need to move here now, right? Something needs to happen because this box here, if it's not bullish, guys, it could be the end of our bear market. Ah, Stuart from Australia, guys. Let's go. Welcome, welcome. All right. So I thought maybe you were the Apex crew. And yeah, some really, really exciting stuff coming from Apex within the next week for this community. But welcome, Stuart, bro. We need to get you on this channel. We need to get you on this channel soon. And I'm very, very keen to book my Australia trip. I've convinced the missus. We're coming to Australia, bro. All right, so is everyone clear with me? There's a few things that could happen here, right? If we lose this, first of all, we could just retest it and really suffocate. Or it could seem bullish, right? We could do a fakie below with candle closes, but then come up for a lower high and do a bear market structure. But what we really want here, all right, as Aldo has said, and thank you, Aldo, for being so active in the Discord. It has been beautiful to see, guys. Finally, we're becoming a community. All right, we're becoming a family that chats throughout the week about our trading. So congratulations. And thank you, Aldo. I see that you have been a vital member and a vital part of this very active Discord that is arising. Okay, so we need something to happen here, and it could even be lower levels, right? It could be in this zone. But we really want to reclaim this market structure and continue our bullish market structure to the upside. Because if that happens, it is super bullish. It is bullish up to 250K, guys. I don't know who watched my last video about the altcoin season. Will there be an altcoin season? Is this possible? What is the likelihood? But I'll quickly go through just, all right, some of... just to let you guys know how bullish this could be. And I haven't forgotten, big huggies, we're going to go back and look at your ETH trade. I haven't forgotten. Let me actually bring the comments up onto the stage. Much better to make sure that I am seeing everything. There we go, there we go. And please keep the chat hot, guys. If you are here, do not be quiet, right? So here you can see the analysis, but I'm going to quickly do it again because I think it's very, very important for everybody to understand. And just to see if we are bullish, you know, how bullish we can be and how important it is that we position ourselves, right? So I'm going to do this very, very quickly. If you do need to understand what I'm doing here, please go watch my Fibonacci video because I actually give a full tutorial on exactly what I'm about to do here and how to understand it. All right, so I'm just going back to previous market cycle here. And you know, first what you do actually is you take a Fibonacci extension. You take a Fibonacci retracement, right? And that's really, especially for the beginners, the first place to start. And then you try and figure out where was my Fibonacci pivot point. All right, and then all you do is you take your Fibonacci extension from that same low and high of the previous market. And it's not an exact science, right? But these levels are just so important, right? If we then go forward in time, we can see that it was the 3.618 level that we were reaching out to but didn't quite grab in our previous bull market where we topped out here around 69,000. We did manage to smash the 1.618 and the 2.618, which is the level above which we had our double blow off tops. And we can see this level was extremely significant to the dollar. Very, very important. So keep this in mind. If history does rhyme, right? It's the 3.618 that we missed out on, but we did smash the 1.618 and the 2.618. If we go forward in time, and I'll do it a little bit slowly for the beginners, but I am going to go quite fast through this. Basically, you take your Fibonacci retracement from the market bottom to the market top, and you find your Fibonacci golden pocket pivot point. Also a nice SFP on a macro 786 fib. Yeah, so the fibs are always there, guys. The fibs are running the market, right? Yes, Market Cypher weekly and monthly gave you the top. Literally handed you the top on a silver platter. But Fibonacci was telling us we were way extended in the cycle. And yes, of course, your closer fibs can really give you the gold there. All right, so anyway, you get your Fibonacci pivot point, and now what we do is we just do the same thing we did before. We take our Fibonacci extension from the lows to the highs and then down to our Fibonacci pivot point. And this gives us an idea of if we do go parabolic from here, right? Where are we looking? And what we can see, let me pull this out a little bit more. What we can see quite clearly is that our tops at the moment have been directly at our 1.618 Fibonacci level on this extension. So all that this Fibonacci is doing is it's taking our previous cycle as a fractal, right? And it's fractalizing it into future price action. The fractalized nature of all markets is something that you will come to understand. And it's not just maths, right? That's what you'll learn from trading. So much of what we're doing in trading applies to life, right? It applies to human nature. It applies to emotions. It applies to nature. And Fibonacci is not just about math. It's not just about money, right? Those of you who are mathematicians or even geologists or biologists or scientists will know that Fibonacci is a way for us to try to understand the golden ratio, right? The way everything in life is a pattern within a pattern within a pattern. And it's not just the economic markets that are fractalized, but it is every facet of reality. And that's why it works in our markets, right? So there's the 1.618 that we have just reached, which really means that we are on track. And I mean, after seeing these Fibonacci levels, it's undeniable, right? Look at the level that held us up, guys. Look at that sniper entry at the 1 extension level. It is absolutely undeniable. We can see that every single one of these levels have been so accurate. I mean, this range was between the 0.618 and the 786. That was where we were trying to figure out, right? Are we going to go into an actual bull market, or are we just going to reverse from the golden pocket? And that was really a struggle. You know, this was before Trump came into our markets and kind of ruined everything. But really interesting to see the struggle that happened in the golden pocket. And we did manage to break through. And we really need to see something similar from the bulls, as we saw there, to break us out of the tug of war that is happening here between the 1 and the 1.618. All right, but basically, remember from the previous cycle that it was the 2.618 that we then managed to absolutely bust through. And it was the 3.618 that we didn't manage to reach. So of course, history does not repeat itself perfectly, but it very often does rhyme, especially in markets, right? Because of the fractal nature, and especially because of Bitcoin. Because of its scarcity model and because of the halvings, fractalization works really well, right? Because demand is increasing and supply is decreasing, which means that the volatility to the upside for this coin, if the demand remains, should be exponential and should be fractalized. Is everybody with me? So really, we are looking for, and as I say, it will only rhyme, right? It won't repeat exactly. If it repeats exactly, we're looking at 240K. But in terms of a rhyme, we're looking anywhere in this area, and it is above 200K. Which means that if we can leave this level, if we can make a new all-time high, the next trajectory, the next route for Bitcoin really is from 120K up to 190K. And I think this will be a major take profit level for many institutional traders due to the Fibonacci, right? Because it's not just traders that are using Fibonacci's. It's literally AI and it's bots, right? All algorithms, etc., are all looking at this level. A lot of traders are watching, first of all, for the breakout above all-time high. Do we retest it? Do we come in with volume? Because that will be a nice confirmation indicator of a continuation of our trend up towards our 2.618. It is also a very good sign for us that we should be looking for confirmations of reversals at this level, because if we are going up to 2.618, which, guys, if you've been in previous Bitcoin cycles, this is extremely likely, right? This is what Bitcoin does. It melts faces when everybody thinks that it should be going into a bear market. And this is telling us, McCall, welcome to the OG, bro. You've been helping this community so much. Huge salute and hats off, brother. Thank you so much. I've been seeing the Lord's work that you are doing in the Discord, and we all salute you, brother. If anyone doesn't know McCall, you're new to the community, right? Because I would say McCall is becoming our OG community ranger. Welcome to the building, brother. All right, so we need to be very aware of what's happening here. If we lose this one level fib that we're at now, it's not looking good. All right, yes, we got the 0.786 below us, but if that's the level that holds us up, we are looking at a lower high here, and we are looking at potentially completely giving up on this Fibonacci extension for now and entering into a bear market structure with lower highs and lower lows. We need to be very diligent here, because if we're going to break all-time high and if we're going to 2.618 around about 190k, man, we need to be in swing trades, right? 41% up to all-time high. Look at this. 100% up on Bitcoin to the next Fibonacci extension level. This is a really good risk to reward ratio here for Bitcoin. And if we can manage this position, start with a low margin, start with a low leverage, there is actually a way to get into these positions. And when they pop off, that's when we can add the margin and we can add the leverage. Enough with the flattering. Bro, I'm not even flattering. I didn't even mention. Don't even get me started. McCall is milking the markets like crazy, bro. I didn't even mention your profits. But what I can say is thank you, bro. Thank you for helping me to teach the community, because I'm so busy with my courses, right? All of my free courses, my candle reading, etc. I am doing so much content creation that I can't always be there in the Discord. And McCall, a massive thank you, bro. You're really there for us, and it's absolutely awesome. So guys, what I'm saying here is I want to get into trades, right? Swing trades from this level, because it does still look healthy. And really, it looks like something massive this way comes. Of course, we can FOMO in with the retest there, but it's going to be a lot more dangerous. We would much rather get into these trades in this zone and then just laugh at everybody up here FOMOing in, right? And just screenshot. And just be the geniuses who entered early. I don't think it's time yet, right? We're not seeing the confirmations here, but let's stick on this time frame. And I'm impressed you guys aren't getting bored with this time frame, right? I know a lot of people say, why is he doing monthly? Guys, if you're trading the monthly, really, like, you know, there was a discussion in the Discord about understanding market cipher timeframes and like how to understand if the timeframes on market cipher are giving us different signals. And really the true answer, and McCall did give the true answer, is that the larger timeframes trump, right? They trump the lower timeframes. So if you're getting significant strong signals on larger timeframes, that is what you have to look at. That is what you have to be aware of. And of course, when those larger timeframes are lining up with the shorter timeframes, always try to find a nice combination between a lower timeframe and a high timeframe. Right, the 15-minute pairs nicely with the 1 hour. The 1 hour pairs nicely with the 4 hour and the daily. And if you're doing longer swing trades, the 4 hour pairs nicely with the weekly and the monthly. It's all about confluence and finding the right confirmations that work for you. Okay, so that being said, let's pull up our market cipher on this monthly time frame and have a look what's happening. And actually, guys, it's not looking that bad. It's not looking that bad on the monthly time frame. We've put in our correction now, right? Bitcoin likes to give corrections in a bull market. We've seen it. Over here, up and down slow correction, but 32%. All right, over here, we did get 30%, 31, 32% correction. Now we have put in from all-time high down to the bottom a 36% correction. And Market Cypher called it, right? Every single time. Market Cypher called it red dot, correction. Green dot, pump. Red dot, and bearish divergence. Retracement, 30%. Green dot, a little bit late, but still pump, right? From the green dot. Yeah, it pumps it prints a little bit late, especially with the alerts, but there we go, 20% up. And BB, I saw your questions on the alerts, man. That's strange that your alert came through so late. Your push alert should come in as the divergence prints. So I don't know if you saw my message, but try to set your alerts to once per minute and see if it comes through a little bit quicker, because if it's once per candle, it might wait for the next candle close. Possible short on River on the hourly. Okay. Yo, you guys wanna play in the fire, right? Maybe that'll be our DJ trade. Average institutional buys are around 60 to 70. So there is still a scene of the crime, right? Around 70K, which is like a little bit worrying. We can see it on this monthly time frame. And it's worrying here because, I mean, maybe Bitcoin's going to do something historically different and actually break market structure with monthly closes and then still give us a higher high and still go to our Fibonacci extensions. It would be super weird, but it's not impossible, right? It's not impossible because Bitcoin is a little bit different, right? It's an anomaly and it can do anomalistic things. But if you're looking at institutional trading, you're looking at scene of the crime. And really, I'm not sure if you can call that a retest, right? I'm not sure if you can call that a retest or if there is still a scene of the crime sitting there. Basically, we see the previous top sitting here at around 74. And then we just have this wick retest. If we take the candle bodies there, it actually looks like a little bit of a front run, right? A level that has been broken, but not properly retested. And this could be a reason why institutional traders are putting a lot of emphasis on that zone. All right, if we pop our fixed range volume profile there, we also see major levels there. I do believe there was also a CME gap left behind. But anyway, let's not confuse it too much, right? What we're seeing here on Market Cypher on the monthly is actually quite bullish in my opinion. And McCall, let me know what you're thinking here as well. Welcome. Guila. Yo, I'm struggling with your name, bro. It's beautiful though. Is it Guilaum Markel? I think it must be, right? Interesting. Yeah, I think BlackRock, I mean, they buy Guillaume. Oh, wow. Is it French? Welcome, bro. Yeah, so I think BlackRock has ladder limit entries, right? Because they're OGs. So they just ladder bigger and bigger buys no matter how low Bitcoin goes. And if we get a Black Swan event, there are a few levels that we should put into the charts. Marshall, okay. Guillaume Marshall. Very nice name, man. Okay, what we are seeing here on the monthly for Market Cypher is that our wave trend is finally actually making a push to the downside, right? We've been overbought in very dodgy territory for a long time, making lower highs in momentum. And now we can see that our wave trend is actually reset quite nicely. This is a massive reset for a monthly time frame. And what we are looking for here is for the wave trend to cross its own slow moving average. And we can see this is slowly starting to happen. It does look like a curve is coming in here. And what we want to see is that green dot. Guys, and please, when this green dot prints, it's going to be huge. It's going to be huge, and we need to be really, really aware of it. The reason I'm getting more bullish here on the monthly time frame is that we can clearly see what's happening with money flow. All right, money flow was tanking ever since our top here. When all of the market cipher OGs said, guys, it's over. All right, guys, it's over. Monthly bearish divergence. It's over, and people still went long. And people still went long. But the market cipher OGs knew, right? All the way from literally back here, when money flow started tanking, that we're in for a big, big correction. Now, money flow is turning around. It's curving. It's looking good. And what we can also see is that VWAP has turned around. All right, this is a very important thing to understand here. Let me move it away from the chat. There we go. Oh, no stress, bro. We're not going to do a long stream today. No stress at all. 100% French. Beautiful. Guillaume Marshall. Lovely to have you in the building, man. Yeah, I was about to try speak French, but I'm so bad. I'm so bad. I will just say bonjour, monsieur. How about that? I'm learning French, but if I try speaking, you're going to laugh at me. All right. So yeah, it's actually looking quite bullish for me here, guys. If we get this monthly green dot, boom, that's it, right? We get our bottom. We get our higher low. We get our break of all-time high. We get our move up to 190K. This is what we need. Where's my brush? This is what we really need to keep our eyes on, and the reason I'm spending so much time on this monthly time frame today. It's happening quickly. It's really happening quickly now. This monthly time frame market cipher does move, right? We still have some pump left in that money flow wave. Agreed, brother. All right, so it does take a little bit of, I don't know what to call it. Just experience here. Just experience here on reading money flow. But it does not look like our money flow has reached any kind of bull market top yet for this monthly, right? These are the last few market cycle tops for Bitcoin. And we can clearly see how far money flow has come up. So yeah, to those of you who have been around the block, I mean, it looks like we could have a massive parabolic run from here up to another beautiful all-time high. Another beautiful blow-off top market cycle top between 190 and 300K for Bitcoin. Right? And yeah, it sounds crazy. It sounds like I'm a moon boy. But it happens, guys. Look at that. Right? VWAP crosses. Money flow turns around. A green dot prints. Parabolic move, right? Literally. Parabolic move. This is what we're looking for. Money flow turns around. VWAP crosses. Green dot prints. Literally bottom and parabolic move. So really what we're seeing on the charts here is something very nice. All right, so is everybody with me on this market cipher? This is what we need to watch. And I'm not saying it's not saying it's going to happen now. All right, there could still be downside for this. We are in a bull market, which is why we are above the zero line. So we're not going to get the trigger wave. But as McCall says, we do believe there is, room in this money flow to actually come higher. And this is something to keep our eyes on. Okay, so monthly time frame. I think we've done a bit of due diligence here. Let's just have a look at some of the simpler metrics here. All right, our RSI is almost at the 50 level. It does look like it's making a turnaround here on the monthly. Right, something like this. It does look like it's occurring. And it does look quite healthy. If we do put in a lower low there, it's a lower low in line with our market structure, and it all looks quite good. Yeah, monthly green dot anywhere, right? Above the zero line, below the zero line. On the monthly, it doesn't really matter where that green dot is because it's monthly time frame. And because it trumps all other time frames. But But when this green dot prints, I mean, if we just look back at every single green dot that we've ever gotten on Market Cypher on the monthly. Okay, maybe that one was a little bit weird. But we're looking at about a 90% win rate here on green dots. Let's actually see if we can set a monthly alert here. And it might even be, you know, slightly lagging. Yeah, so remember this is monthly, right? So we might still see 74K, right? We might still see 60K, whatnot. But yeah, it is nice to see some bullish information coming in. Yeah, Gbon, I know you're a little bit on the other side, right? I know you're a little bit on the other side. And you know what? This is what makes community so interesting. And there was a nice discussion happening in the internal Coin Bureau trading group because one of the staff screenshotted a comment from one of the Coin Bureau viewers that said, it was actually quite funny. They asked ChatGPT and they said, why are all of the Coin Bureau analysts not agreeing? Or, you know, why is Dan so bullish? Why is Aaron so bearish? And yeah, it's really quite an interesting conversation. But the bottom line is that really anything can happen in this market, guys. And that's why I try not to predict anything, right? I've said it many, many times. I only look for levels, then I look at the signals from those levels. Not seeing any real bullish move in the market again. I know you feel this way, brother. I know you feel this way. It's over already. Let's move on. So only time will tell, guys. So Gbon, are you telling us that literally we're not going to move up from here? Like, it's fun to predict, guys. It's fun to test yourself and it's fun to predict, but anything in this market can happen, right? Because it's all going to be based on politics and black swan events. Gbon, are you saying it's over from here, continuation down? All right, otherwise on the monthly, we are also seeing stochastic looking like it wants to start turning around. Nothing really showing yet for a reversal. And remember, stochastic can take its time in oversold before it actually does turn around. But it is good to see that we could be coming to the start of the end. The start of the end of whatever downtrend this is. Okay, but well done for the concentration on the monthly time frame. I'm going to start going a little bit faster here. I just thought it's important. You know, this really is due diligence. Yeah, I'm also getting bullish because of the money flow, right? When we see money flow doing this, guys, it's a very nice sign. It's a very, very nice sign. Money flow is definitely not tanking. It's slowing down on how much it's leaving the market. And it looks like it is turning around. And what this means is that, you know, it's literally, it's not smart money, it's not dumb money, it's just money in massive, massive amounts in general. We can see that the money flow is turning around. And this can be bullish because when this happens, our wave trend should cross over its slow moving average, giving us the green dot. Our VWAP should cross, and then we get our trifecta. And if we get a trigger wave trifecta on this monthly, we could be looking at, like I say, 100% to the upside. It's so nuts. We need liquidity. That's the first and most important thing. Yeah, so it has to come from the banks, right? It has to come from these treasuries, these kinds of mass adoption things, which they're all happening, right? They're all happening. Monthly order block we are holding right now. Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah. All right, so if we look at monthly smart money concept, and it's easier to see on the weekly time frame, I think, but if we look at this as downward sloping market structure, this is our impulse move. This is our previous red candle. So yes, I would say this candle body, I mean, some will draw it all the way from the wicks. So some will draw their smart money concept order block as this massive block here. As we can see, either way, we better hope this holds, guys. We better hope this holds, right? Yeah, the January candle is not looking great. If this green bar, if the body of this candle is a little bit bigger, we can get an inverted hammer at support. and that will be super bullish. What we're seeing here is not particularly bearish, but what we have realized in the past is that the indecisive dojis, slightly more often than not, end up to the downside, right? But there are times when they can end up bullish. All a doji really means is that the market is confused. But yeah, nice bullish order block here. Hopefully we get a little bit of bigger green here, and that will be a hammer, guys. That will be a nice hammer here. And there's clear support there. But what we are seeing here is a doji of complete indecision. And if this does print as a doji cross, it's also just indecisive. So we need to see how this candle closes. And yeah, really, I would draw this order block in. I like to do my order blocks from the candle bodies. So it does look like we gave a tap of that order block and we are currently moving on from it. Where can I find this indicator? I found one trading, but doesn't have the money flow. Okay, so just watch my setup tutorial, right? On my YouTube channel, there's actually a playlist for Market Cipher. And there's 4 videos. There's a setup to make sure you set it up properly. Then there's an intro to each part of the indicator. And then there's the trigger wave, and then there's the bullish divergence strategy tutorials. So 4 videos to trade Market Cipher properly. But I don't even think the Tuffy SMC is picking up this order block. No order blocks on the monthly. Looks like I actually need to update. All right, let's go to the weekly time frame, guys. See if it picked it up on the weekly. Yeah, weekly time frame order block that's showing. I don't know why it's not showing an order block here, right? There must be a reason. But the weekly time frame order block here for me is blatantly obvious. And yeah, really nice move actually. All right, so a little bit of smart money concept here. For smart money concept, all you need to do is identify a downtrend. We can clearly see, lower lows and lower highs. Then as soon as this downtrend is broken, we get a break of structure. And here's your impulse move. Also some nice fair value gaps here. That's a little bit more advanced and confusing. We can see how the fair value gaps were closed so nicely. And then we got our mitigation to our smart money bullish order block. Very, very simple. Before the impulse move at the break of structure, the previous red candle body. Boom. Look at that. Smart money concept does not lie, guys. Weekly time frame. All the smart money concept traders are on the 5-minute time frame. So they didn't get this. They don't get the weekly order block, which is actually, it's magnifique, right? It's so, so nice, guys. Just because smart money concept works on the 5-minute time frame does not mean we can't use it here on the weekly. So yeah, really nice to see that this is literally what we want to see at an order block. Right? If the order block was here, it wouldn't look so good. This is not the kind of price action we want to see at an order block. We want to see price come down into the order block, tap the liquidity, and leave the order block. So yeah, it's looking good on the weekly, in my opinion, for a swing failure pattern down here. It's a little bit confusing, right? The swing failure pattern's a little bit more clear on the monthly. But that's what's a little bit worrying, right? That's what's a little bit worrying, is that we're coming back to retest that level. And if we eat up that liquidity, yeah, it can get a little bit scary from here because the lower levels are all the way down here, 67, right? Never mind that 70. And yeah, we've been looking at, there's 3 nice order blocks here. 68, 64, 55. But what happens to market structure then? It's a little bit devastated. It's a little bit devastated. Yeah, the OB has already been tapped, right? So be careful about re-entering into that OB because an OB that has already been tapped, like it might not have enough liquidity for the next push. But that being said, it didn't get filled, right? So what we could see here, and something that I am personally hoping for, right? So if we just bring up our RSI and we pull it up here, Can't even see the bull div here on the weekly. You can see it better on the daily. All right, so here, if you look at the daily, what happened at this previous level, and I mean, what's interesting here is that it wasn't a smart money concept order block. All right, but we did get a reversal. And what we can see, and this is what I'm looking for, is a serious shakeout of the market. All right, serious shakeout of the market, where we actually get a strong bull. All right, does everybody see that momentum came in and we got very clear? It was actually a double bull, right? Because we got price there to a lower level there, and we got a first bull div, and then we got another bull div. This is what I'm wanting to happen, and it's going to be a little bit devastating. We're going to see one of those, whatever, 1 trillion has been liquidated from the crypto futures market in the last 24 hours kind of thing. But this is what the whales do when they really want to reverse things on these larger time frames. Okay, so I've spoken about it before, but I feel like this is something that could happen. And in this case, our order block could still be valid, and it could still be a magical pump from this level. All right, and we can see that it is looking good because our RSI made such a low here. And this is just really also a learning to make sure that you are following daily RSI levels. Because when the daily RSI comes down into oversold, you want to be getting some spot buys, you know, for that third part of your bullish Warren Buffett strategy. But also what's good about this is we have all of this space. That was a terrible line. Let me just put in a horizontal line there. All right, if our RSI makes a higher low anywhere in that zone, anywhere in this zone, and our price comes lower, and I would even look at the candle bodies there. So all we need is a low. I mean, it would be nice if it came below the wick, and we could even draw a little bit of a zone in there. But basically, we're looking for price. And what we can see here is price doesn't need to move that far to give us our lower low. And momentum has enough space for that to be a higher low. Is everybody following? This will be a really, really solid long entry. And beautiful confluence. I mean, if it comes in at the bottom of this order block, even better, right? Because we're still in the bullish order block. So maybe even something like this. And our momentum just gives us a higher low. All right, I believe everyone's with me. When will alt season happen? Guys, I just dropped the video last night, right? Last night I dropped the video. Let me quickly bring it up. Un momento. All right, so this is the YouTube. If you come down to the Coin Bureau trading. Last night, will there be an altcoin season in 2026? So everything you need to know, in my personal humble opinion, on altcoin season in 2026, I tried to lay it out there, right? I didn't go into what happens when altcoin season kicks off and how to dollar cost average into the alts for altcoin season, etc. But watch that video, and yeah, most of it is in there on really what I'm thinking when it comes to altcoin season. And I also dropped a cool video today. It should be here. So for those of you who are using fixed range volume profile, just make sure that it is set up correctly. Okay, so it's at the bottom here. I must move it to the top. But I did just drop this video today, and this is to help you to make sure that your volume profile is set up correctly. It should be the featured video at the top of the channel, so make sure you check that out. And then also get involved in the big beginner tutorials, right? I'm going to be dropping them very rapidly from now on. I have dropped the first candle anatomy tutorial, but now they're going to start coming, right? Single candle patterns, double candle patterns, all the price action candle reading is going to be dropping as a course. The only way I'm entering long again at that level is if we get a swing failure pattern. 100%. 100%, bro. We're going to need 5 levels of confluence for that swing trade. Would you go over your altcoin holdings and price targets? So we really did do quite a lot of this in the last stream, right? It was, well, the previous stream. We went through at least 20 of my altcoin positions and all of the TA. So I will go through a couple. Basically, I'm dollar cost averaging into, it's about the top 50, but it's not exactly just the top 50 because they're my picks according to fundamental analysis. Really, what I would recommend doing, and it's a nice question, Saad Sultan. It's a nice question. And watch my dollar cost averaging bot tutorial because I actually discuss my strategy for accumulating altcoins. But what you can use is this altcoin season index, which is super OG resource, right? Very, very important. And we can see you've got time. It's a pretty good time to be dollar cost averaging into altcoins. And there's insane blood in the markets. You know, as a buyer, as a whale, as an accumulator, this is what you want to see. And really what I would do is I would try to stick to these top 50 performers over the last 90 days. Because even though they're in the blood, what it means for them to be in the top 50 over the last quarter is that they have extreme fundamental value. I mean, some of them are just hype, but the majority of these coins have extreme fundamental value. And I would weight my buys to the ones that are more undervalued than the others, right? So do your fundamental analysis. But some of these like Cardano, MNT, Sui, literally Hype, Avalanche, Dot, these are great coins and they're super undervalued now. So you have to learn, you know, I've got a very diverse strategy because I've been doing this for several alt seasons, several market cycles, right? I know the Bitcoin dominance cycle and I know how to make sure I'm accumulating. So it's a little bit easier for me because I've seen it happen before. Right? I know it's scary to buy the blood when you haven't seen this. But yeah, watch the dollar cost averaging tutorial where I explain the strategy. Very, very important. And do your fundamental analysis on all of these coins. Set up your dollar cost averaging bot. And then as I was saying, right, I have portfolio margin trades, which are 2x on a lot of these coins. And as we come further down into blood, I do trickle entries. It's hard to explain this all very quickly, right? But most of you know my strategy already, right? It's trickle entries. So we literally enter with the minimum margin, which is like $5 or $6 on a 2x. And then as you come down 15 to 30%, you double your margin, right, to $12. And this brings your entry down halfway. And then as you go down another 30%, you double your margin again. And this is a very broad way to pretty much ladder entry, nibble entry, dollar cost entry into these altcoins. All right, and it's not a strategy that's for everybody. It's very disciplined. It's very risk managed. It's very patient. You can go join my copy trading where I'm executing that strategy. You will still have time to get in on a few coins that I haven't entered yet. So go to my copy trading. If you are following me there, also try to add some margin. I'm sure some of you are getting emails that you are not able to enter the new trades that I'm entering because of margin. But my strategy is so diverse at this point, guys. We are dollar cost averaging. We are doing portfolio margin trades. We are also swing trading with higher leverage. All right, then we are also doing some day trading and some scalping. It's pretty crazy. But yes, the ladder strategy, and please do go check out, as I was explaining, I mean, it's so OG and so baller, right? You can actually automate that ladder strategy on Bybit. It's so crazy. You come to these little squares up at the top here. I know it's tiny, but these little squares are basically like all of your tools, right? Your pro tools when it comes to Bybit. This used to be separate and it used to be on a platform called Bybit Pro, right? For those who remember. Super crazy. It was Bybit Pro. But what we can see here are a few of these. We have our chase limit order, which is really interesting, is like for chasing your price within chasing price with your limit entries once price is already moving. Very advanced, be very careful, but back test it. And this is what I'm talking about, right? This is the scaled order. I like to do it manually because we are working with a 2x and we're working with monthly timeframes. But you can do this with weekly timeframes, daily timeframes. You can actually use an algorithm to spread your buys across a ladder. Very, very cool. So please do go check it out. Make sure you back test it. All right, so the copy trading you can simply find here under Jordan Crypt SA. Jordan Crypt SA. And it is a very long-term strategy, guys. And it's bloody right now. Right? It's part of the strategy to enter slowly, tiny. And there have been a lot of learnings over the past 2 years. But if you want to get involved, add a little bit, keep it small, right? See how it goes, add a little bit, get into some trades. Are we lagging? Is everything fine? Are we lagging? No. Testing. It seems better. All right. Cool. Anchored VWAP is not really something that I've messed with, right? I use the VWAP on Market Cypher, but I know that McCall does use the anchored VWAP. So let me know if it's something that I should explore. I actually have a list here of new indicators. I'm always looking for stuff to explore if it's going to help the community, right? And I can make videos on it and add it to the course. So yeah, I've added it to my list. Thank you, guys. All clear. Let's go. All right, so we can go over some of them, but Saad Sultan, try to watch last Tuesday's live stream because we did like 5 hours of altcoins, fundamental analysis, risk to reward ratios, targets, right? It's all there. It's all there. All right, I'm just going through the chat. I think I've been pretty good with the chat today. Okay, we're going to go into ETH shortly, but let's just finish let's finish our Bitcoin daily, right? Yo, Bitcoin daily Market Cypher is looking good. Okay, so this is a trade I actually do want to enter. It's not going to be for us. There's two major strategies here on Market Cypher, right? There's the trigger wave and there's the divergence. So try to be very clear between the two strategies and note that the trigger wave is slightly more scalpy. You have to be a little bit more severe with your risk management, your stop to break even, your trailing stop, taking profit, making sure that you preserve your capital as quickly as possible in the trade. All right, but this daily time frame is looking super juicy. And yes, the trigger wave looks like it's not going to print below the 45 line, but it's close enough for a really nice move, right? And this is going to be, for the more advanced traders, it's going to be a higher leverage move, like 25x to 100x. I know some of you will bang this on a 70x, 75x, which is what I'm thinking. Right? So when you increase your leverage, you lower your position size, all right? Because you're much more likely to get stopped out on a high leverage trade. But if the scalp works out on the high leverage, it's great. And if you position size well, and don't put your leverage too high, give yourself enough buffer for stop loss, it can be really nice. So what we are seeing is that a green trigger wave here is imminent. And there's a few factors we need to look out for. First of all, of course, we need the green trigger wave to print. And I'm actually going to set an alert for this now. Second of all, VWAP is already looking like it's heading to the perfect position for us. So really, we have 2 of our 3 levels of confluence looking like they are happening. And it's the money flow that really needs to come right. Although it does look like it's in a position that can turn around. So what we're looking for here is the green dot to print. Most of you know the strategy, the money flow to turn around and the VWAP to cross. So when we get this green dot, we want to be aware of it and we don't go and enter the trade straight away. All right, we go and look for the other 2 levels of confluence. So all we're looking for here is the big green circle. And I think, BB, try this, right? To make your alerts trigger faster, try this once per minute. And then also connect them to your Bybit with the webhook. Use the webhook to connect your alerts to Bybit so that if you're trading on Bybit, you will literally get an alert in your notifications that says that your alert on TradingView has been triggered. It's really nice because, I mean, usually you'll get them both, right? You have your TradingView alerts coming through, but I like the Bybit webhook. It works really, really well. Yeah, try that once per minute. It's not good. It's not good that your alerts are delayed like that. I've never really experienced that. All right, I use the anchored VWAP within a range in the fixed range volume profile. Interesting. Within a range in the VRP. Okay, I'm going to do some research on that anchored FRVP, guys. Also, I have the 200 slow moving average when looking for good entries on the 4 hour. 200 on the 4 hour. Let's quickly have a look at it. My gosh, how have we already been going for an hour? That's crazy. $200 on the 4 hour. In terms of crosses, it has been giving us nice trades. They're just very slow. But yeah, we can see at the break of the 200, we had a nice move to the downside. 3.8%. And then at the retest, there was a nice wick there, which gave us a 5.2% on the 4 hour. Very interesting. I'll show you that one that I really like, and it's like maybe a little bit more advanced. But check this out, guys. Let me just pull up another cross there. So here's the 9/21, but try this 7/21. And we can see it's actually looking like it's almost printing here on the 4 hour. And you can even use this on the 1 hour and the 15 minute. But I really like this 7/21. All right, it's super, super interesting. It's not always accurate, of course, but we can see here, you know, these prints, they can be amazing. They can be amazing. I mean, look at that retest, right? That was literally the 7 that it retested. There was your cross, which was telling you, like, already ahead of time, it called that dump. All right, we can see when the cross happened, it was a beautiful time to get into the pump. This one was a little bit lagging, but still, it's like a nice confirmation of your trend. And basically what you have to watch out for are these choppy sections. All right, these very choppy sections. But once you start trending, it's a beautiful confirmation. And let's quickly take a look at the 1 hour. So here you can see the cross. I mean, it always happens the same with moving averages, right? First, your price breaks the faster moving average, tests the slow, retests the faster, breaks through the slow, then retests them both, and you get your cross. And then you come back to really test and see the trend. But you can see after the cross, the trend was up. And it is interesting to see 1 hour is actually giving us a cross to the downside. But yeah, moving average crosses can be really nice for the scalpers, because when things start to actually trend, they can give you nice moves. All right, I can't believe we've already been doing an hour. Let's just quickly run through some of this daily TA. I am losing my voice, guys. I knew it would happen today because of this crazy thing that's going around Cape Town. I used to use the EMA 20 on the 4 hour, a lot of good bounces. Yeah, so it is also nice to just pick one And the EMAs are nice. The extended moving averages are really nice. So pick one that works for you, and that's great. Yeah, try it. Just back test it. It's nice as a confirmation when you're already in a scalp trade, and then you see them cross, and you're like, yes, I'm in. They're a little bit lagging if like to actually take them as entry signals. Okay, guys. So something very important here. If we pop in our fixed range volume profile, what do we see on the daily time frame? We tapped value area low. Our POC has moved right down to the bottom, and we're actually now sitting above POC. Another reason why this daily time frame is looking a little bit bullish. We did tap value area low. We did break POC, and now we're looking for that move. All right, we do have a lot of heavy resistance to get through. The next major one sitting here at 90k and 91k. Remember, there's a lot of liquidations here, and really it is a zone that we need to break. And if we break it, then it's looking a lot easier for our next resistance levels. This one before value area high at 92, and then deep into value area high. And we need to see if we break 95. That's when it can be go time up to all-time highs. So yeah, very nice to see a nice bullish candle pattern coming in there, a tap of the value area low, and a break of the POC. All right, then let's see what's happening with this parallel channel. And there's potential bear flag. Let's just keep it nice and clean for now. So this, in my opinion, is really the level that we need to break. And I would put my parallel channel in right there. I know this is a bit controversial. Everyone wants to put their channels at slightly different places there, and that's totally fine. But there are a few reasons I'm doing this, right? And the main one is these candle bodies and wicks at the bottom. They're showing significance to me. And then the median line is also really, really nice, right? We see a support and resistance flip. We see pumps and dumps from that level. Very, very nice. And then the top, we got all of these candle bodies and wicks. Always look for your most touch points. Only time I would ever use the EMAs is to look at the 15 and 200. Yeah, no, that is quite a brutal cross. Quite a nice, brutal EMA cross, 15 and 200. Super OG. Anything, bro. Literally, those faster, if you're looking at the 200, any faster moving averages will work. If it's, literally, if it's your 7, if it's your 9, if it's your 15, if it's your 21, most of them will give quite a similar reading if you are combining them with your 200. Got stopped out of your long at the value area low. Oh. But this wasn't true value area low, right? This previous bounce. Remember, it was value area low if you took a fixed range volume profile like halfway through the current range, but it wasn't value area low. This is really true value area low. You mean you got stopped out in this 4-hour candle? Ah, I got stopped out like right there. You mean like you entered here, saw the pump, maybe even brought your stop up, got stopped out, and then the real pump happened. Yeah, that's unfortunate, bro. Very unfortunate. Printed the 8-hour bull div. So we can see here on the 1 hour, we did get the trigger wave. Money flow is looking a little bit dodgy, but it was pointing up at the time of the trigger wave. And VWAP did cross. Yeah, a little bit stoppy outy there, but the 1 hour did pick it up. Let's have a look at this 8-hour bull div that you speak of. Oh, damn. Someone's using Market Cypher the right way. All right, you got to screen, guys. You see, this is why I have all of these different time frames up. You got to screen through them and look for strong signals and then try to combine different time frames. Well done, man. That's really beautiful. Eagle eyes, congrats. This is really, really nice. I moved my stop to entry too soon. Yeah, it's true. Did you get your 1-to-1 on your risk to reward? Because I always try and make the 1-to-1 risk to reward my first take profit and where I move my stop to break even. Wow, that's nice. Bullish divergence, money flow coming in, VWAP crossed. Beautiful trade, off to the races. I was a little bit late on this print. So maybe you entered here. And then, yeah, took your stop to break even too soon. Well, that's cool. It's better to have managed risk, right, than to not. All right, how's everybody feeling? I must make a cup of tea before I completely destroy my voice. Excuse this kettle if it's going to be loud. Okay. Let's go back to daily. It's looking like we're going to get this print quite soon, which is nice. I want to have a look at what happened here. Okay, we need to go through our previous trades and see how they played out. I did say take the weekend off, so I wasn't trading them too much. And it was like a tiny, weird little 4-hour bull div. And then we did get the 4-hour trigger wave on ETH, and you can see this heavy, heavy zone now trying to be broken on ETH. ETH 4-hour money flow not looking good. Didn't come down to our level yet for the long. It does look like we are now getting the daily green dot on Ethereum. Just want to see what's happening with the money flow. Money flow pointing down. VWAP crossing. So we just need to wait for this money flow to move up on ETH, and it looks like we could get a daily long trade. Not the ideal place for a trigger wave, but it's close enough. All right, who got that ETH long? Let's have a look at this ETH long. What's hot? Turn on my fan. It was Edge. Oh, Big Huggies caught the long from 2812. Damn, bro, nice. It's a really nice long entry. 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1 hour time frames had bull divs at value area low after sweeping some liquidity. Right, very nice. There was value area low. You said 6 hour had a bull div. Very nice. 6 hour did have the bull div. Money flow was looking a little bit dodgy, but it did end up coming right. Right? You see how when money flow turns around is the time that you pull the trigger. So it looks like you did jump the gun a little bit, but it worked out for you. Because if you entered here at... Oh, I see. What? Where's your entry? 2.812. If you did enter at 2.812, yeah, you might have been a little bit ahead because VWAP hasn't crossed yet on the 6 hour. But it is nice to see that you were getting confluence between these time frames. Nice trigger wave, 4 hour, 3 hour. Yeah, 3 hour gave you a nice trigger wave. 2 hour. Yeah, 2 hour is also nice and early on this one. But I'm sure here was the juicy one. There's the 1 hour. 1 hour trigger wave. Nice and brave, but if you can put your money where your mouth is there, it's a good one. If you can be bold enough to enter. Gave you a few candles to enter here. Sheesh, 5% up. Not bad, not bad. And it's these 1 hour trigger waves I want to start trading live more. Oh, do we see Tuffy in the building? Welcome, welcome, brother. Nice to see you, man. So I think now that Tuffy's here, let's work a little bit with the SMC, right? And everybody give a hats off to Mr. Tuffy, the OG. Tuffy, everybody's loving your indicator, bro. I know peeps are buying it, peeps are using it, peeps are loving the discount. Yeah, huge hats off, man. We've been using it a lot for our live trading. And let's actually take a look at what we were looking at in the last live stream. ETH long entry 2808 on 10x. Nice, man. So let us know what your entry was there, what your entry signals were, Sod. No TPs, oh my gosh. 30 minutes for continuation. Okay, nice. Yeah, you're good at getting the continuations. You're really good. All right, but I think now that we have Tuffy, the OG, everyone give him a warm welcome. And huge congratulations, man. I know that you are finishing up with your wedding celebrations. So, yeah, massive, massive tidings. Good wishes for a very long and fruitful marriage, my brother. That's beautiful. Yeah, no, it really is. It's doing some beautiful stuff, man. It's doing some beautiful stuff. So let's actually pull up the SMC here on the Ethereum 1 hour and see if there's maybe a sneaky live trade that we can take. I know I need to update this. I think it said I needed to update it, but all good. Okay, we are seeing a bearish and we are seeing a bullish order block. And there's a few more things I want to do, right, when it comes to market charts and looking at this government shutdown and seeing how we're going to trade it. But now that Tuffy's here, right, he can help us to actually use this indicator. So what I'm going to do is we did a lot of work on Thursday when it came to outlining some nice trades. And then the market was just so slow that we didn't end up getting to really take the trades live. We were waiting for Bitcoin to give us some confidence, but I want to go back through these and just see, how they played out. So let's have a look at this Gala quickly. Oh, that's Pepe. Yeah, let's start with the Gala. And let's just have a look at these and see how they played out. And as you can see, Tuffy, we were banging out the SMC. Okay, so I believe it was the 1 hour that we were looking at here. We did get the trigger wave. And yeah, we were looking at this 0.00630. How did this play out? Interesting. Dang, it looks like it ended out playing pretty nicely. Playing out pretty nicely. I think it was right here, guys. Wow. Not bad at all. All right, ended up doing a pump, 2%, coming back down to entry, and then almost to the bearish OB, 5% up. Okay, so Gala did pretty well. Pepe, 0.004850. Oh, it's 1,000 Pepe. Zero zero 4850. Damn, also nice. So this is the time we were live streaming, guys. Guys, is everybody seeing this? Is everybody seeing what happened to Pepe from this order block that we were eyeing? This thing busted, guys. This thing busted. Damn. Damn. 10% up. Tuffy SMC. Yeah, I've got a little bit of the FOMO there. This is when we were streaming. First it came up, boom. 15 hours, up 4.5%. Then down back to entry. I mean, we probably would have put our stop to break even here, but we probably would have, you know, got our first TP and stopped to break even. And then it came pretty much to break even. And then it went up 10%. Nowadays, break a block working more often as the crowd is going for OBS. But isn't it good if the crowd goes for the order blocks? Isn't it good, like the more traders who go for the order blocks, the better? After change of character in BOS, it had a nice retest and then boom. Oh, all right. Tuffy giving us the insights. Okay, change of character, break of structure. Okay. I'm also learning here, right? Change of character is like defining the new trend. Then there was a break of structure where it started a downtrend and then it broke structure and then it pumped. Very, very nice. You have to be always with the whales and smart money, not the crowd. Interesting, interesting. Oh, so you mean all of the retail traders are using the OBs? All right, and the whales are going for the breaker blocks. So maybe that's something you can add to the SMC order block indicator, are breaker blocks. Or are they already in there? I feel like I saw something about a breaker block. Whales also trade OBs, but not all OBs. Yeah, maybe that would be a cool update to add some breaker blocks here. But anyway, let's go through our other trades here. So the Pepe one, well, it was quite a banger, guys. And it shows that, I mean, yeah, we should be entering more of these trades and we should be a little bit more patient. But here we go. All right, so hype. We were just watching the OBs. And hype is actually something I want to do a little bit of analysis on. Finding out that OB is hard for retail traders, but luckily that... True. No, man, this indicator helps so much. All right, so let's just have a look at this on hype. We were looking at pretty much 20.8. Oh, damn. Okay, where's our Thursday stream? Guys, this is gnarly. This hype trade. Yo, now I have serious FOMO. All right, so Thursday, right? We were streaming and we were watching for this OB. And the OB is actually still in. But it did get tapped. Swing trading this right now. What, to the downside? Are you swinging hype to the short? That's brave, dude. It's very brave. It hasn't quite reached the bearish OBs. All right, but we'll do a little bit of larger time frame analysis on hype. Guys, I mean, how is this trade? All right, so this is where we were watching it. And we were saying, you know, just watch the OB there. And then boom, the next day in the morning. Well, it's a bit different if you're in the US. But there it did go tap the 20.8, $20.80. Damn. It's almost like we should have set a limit order there, hey? Just the current pattern. Interesting. Guys. It went up 36%. Okay, let me just drop this into the Discord as a reminder to us all. But it's okay, right? There's no FOMO. It's okay. If we miss it, we miss it. I mean, it's just actually beautiful to see. It's actually beautiful to see. Crazy, guys. Crazy, crazy, crazy. We did good work. Okay, let's have a look at near. Near, we were actually looking for the bearish OB. Oh my gosh. Are you serious? Guys. Wow. Okay, so this is when we were streaming. Right? We were streaming here. And we were watching this bearish OB. Guys. I mean, I expected to see these trades play out, to be honest. But this is like... right? This is a little bit like a sign that we need to be entering these trades. 10% down. 10% down, y'all. What? Not bad, right? Not bad, not bad. Okay, almost there. Theta, we were looking for FOMOing in to the long and then looking for the short. Okay, let's first see if the long played out. A little bit more of a rodeo lower cap coin. Okay, so this is where we were streaming here. So it's at 0.2960. Yeah, so the long definitely did play out. All the way up to 0.31. Oh, man. Brutalization, guys. Brutalization on the charts. Look at this. That bearish move. I mean, it's here, right? We were looking for the bearish OB at 0.3180. There's the move. Didn't quite reach that order block. 0.315. Got to about here. Either way, that's a nice move on the long, right? 0.296. We were wanting to FOMO in like somewhere here. Did actually give a bit of a retest there. Not bad, guys. Not bad. Yeah, why we didn't follow through these trades, I think we were all just a bit exhausted. And that's fine also because There are going to be times when all of this lines up perfectly for us live. We learned a lot. And this kind of stuff, like planning a trade, not taking the trade, but then going back to see what happened. Guys, that's backtesting. That is literally backtesting a strategy and giving yourself more confidence, right? Bro, so juicy. So juicy. And now I want to look into these longer time frame ones. Okay, we're going to look at River. We're going to look at River. But in the trading setups, I dropped these longer time frame ones. And there's actually a lot of chat to go through here in the Discord. You guys are doing super well. Copper I want a long, guys. Copper I want a long. All right, I wanted to long gold last week, and what did it do? It smashed all-time highs. I wanted to long silver. What did it do? It smashed all-time highs. Copper I want to long because of this. Global copper shortage is coming. Global copper demand is projected to rise from 28 million to 42 million. Well, million metric tons. Million tons. By 2040, while supply peaks around 2030. Annual deficit, nearly 30% of demand. Yeah, guys, I want a long copper. I want to buy copper. I want a long copper. Okay, some nice questions here on Cypher B. Some awesome chat happening here, guys. Really, really nice. Okay, let's have a look at this. Still looking for slightly lower levels here on the SUI. Wow, tapped our OB. Actually went into our entry. It's kind of sitting directly on our entry right now. So I think, I mean, there's clearly two nice levels that it's giving us here. But you guys see how it tapped that value area low so perfectly. Nice value area low there. Let's just look at these 4-hour OBs. Guys, is this SUI long on? This 4-hour OB got so nicely tapped. Directly to the middle. And value area low also got tapped really nicely. And what's nice here is we are getting a stable group of about 10 tokens to keep our eyes on and trade. Looks like it's not exactly value area low, but close. Once we pull out all the info. All right, so that's the Discord, brother. Very important. What's up? Billy in the building. Welcome, welcome. Mr. Lolok. Nice, bro. Welcome, welcome. It's the Discord. Are you not in the Discord? Let me drop the Discord link again. Very important. Get in the Discord. Just above value area low. All right, so we might yet see another entry there. We might yet see another entry. RSI on the daily also looks like it wants to come down a little bit more. We have gotten the trigger wave, but money flow is not looking up yet. Okay, nice to keep track of there. Okay, let's have a look at this Solana because this is looking super juicy. Oh my gosh. Tapped our entry, but we didn't enter. Not bad, not bad. It's okay, we might still get lower levels, but it's also a little bit annoying. We should have set the alert. Was the alert not on here? I didn't set the alert for the entry zone. 4-hour bull was a little bit off. Then trigger wave was nice. Daily didn't really give us the entry signal yet, which means we could still be trending down here. I think we could get another opportunity to enter into this trade lower down. This trigger wave is looking juicy on the daily because money flow is pointing up. VWAP's about to cross. And it looks like this trigger wave is imminent. Okay, let's keep our eyes on the sol. No confluence on the entry, yeah. Other than the order block, right? Some massive order block. But other than that, yeah. We want more confluence, y'all. All right, so let me just take note of all of the coins which we are really starting to get the hang of here. We have to look at Avalanche. Did everybody see Avalanche ETF launched? 0 inflows. I don't understand how that can be possible. Did that actually happen? Did that actually happen? That's ridiculous, right? So ridiculous. Okay, so it's the Sui and the Sol. And then I just want to make sure I get all of these. Gala, Pepe. Hype. Near. Theta. Okay, should we look at River? I want to start doing a bit of screening now to see if there's anything popping off. Sol and Sui had 5% moves after this. Interesting. Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy to see Sol hit our zone and move like that. I mean, that's the power of an order block. Got a 7% pump. Really nice. Our money flow was pointing up with the trigger wave. Not bad. Okay, let's look at River because this is crazy. Yeah, I mean, come on. You launch an ETF and, like, surely it can't be 0. Can't be 0 inflows. That's like... That blows my little mind. Okay, what's happening here on River, guys? We got a 4-hour bear, which was a stunning move. Right, these last 2 bearish divergences have been really nice on the 4-hour. And I am looking for a continuation long entry here. Yeah, really nice to see, you know, that our patience was good. Crazy, crazy moves here. Since Thursday, it's been super nuts. So I'm glad we didn't get into anything here because look at this. Rodeo drive out here. 127% up. And then straight down 57%. So please, if you're going to trade this, like paper trade it or use low margin, use low leverage, back test it. Just make sure your risk is as limited as possible. What I'm seeing here is a nice OB on this 4 hour, right? Like if you really want to do something here, this OB it's classic. It's classic, guys. Tuffy, are you with us? What do you think about this? Nice break of structure. Impulse move. Classic bullish OB. Let's pop in a long trade there. Could maybe even go above all-time high from that. Technically, you would either, for a higher leverage trade, put your stop just below the OB. For lower leverage trade, you'd put it below the swing low. And for a coin like this, I have last dot, but not the line. So it could be a different exchange, so a different order book, which is giving you slightly different readings, you know, because it's a new token, because it's a low market cap, you have different exchanges like with thin liquidity and different order books. So that could be the one reason. And the other reason why you would get a dot and not a line would be in your settings. Mr. Arpad, make sure that you have watched the setup tutorial, but inside your settings, just make sure that, you know, of course, your divergences are actually ticked. Otherwise, it won't show the lines. And yeah, the bear divs have been nice, guys. I mean, really, what we should be looking for here is a bull div on the 4 hour time frame. It's really weird, right? There just hasn't been a bull div in this entire upwards pump. We got a bullish divergence like at the bottom of everything. And if you took that, you got rich. Let's be honest. If you longed it, like even on spot at this 4 hour bull, I don't even want to know, guys. I don't even want to know. 2,300% up. Oh, you have the first line and not the second line. Yeah, it looks like that might be like a hidden bull. It's pretty flat. Just go into your settings and it might be this hidden. Let's see. No, it's still showing for me. I resolved it. Okay, nice. Yeah, let us know what it was. It could be that this is the Bybit chart and you're looking at a different exchange. Yeah. We have one bull div printed in the history of listing on this token. On Bybit. Man, 2,500% up. But this was before anybody knew that all eyes were going to be on this coin, right? But then what's interesting is in the uptrend, the bearish divergences have been giving us good trades. Okay, this one was like, all right, but then the second bear div was nice. Eesh, 80% down, that's nuts. Even these high up trigger waves are good on the 4 hour. I'm gonna look at the higher time frames now, but looks like really you want to look for like a double bear div on this. Seems like the double bear divs are the ones. Second div ends up playing out. Oh, see that volatility increase? That is nuts, guys. Be careful, be careful, be careful. All right, so first bear div came in like somewhere in this third candle. Still gave you a nice move. But once again, it's the double bear div that played out so nicely. Your second bearish divergence. Somewhere in this doji here at the top. Or whatever that is. Strange candle pattern. Strange things on this pair, guys. Like, really, if you want to trade this pair, honestly, I would do it on demo or I'd do it like as a paper trade. I was at Binance. Interesting. Yeah, so at least those are the two biggest ones, Binance and Bybit, but they can give you differing signals. All right, now we have money flow actually going up here. This coin is not stopping, but the next thing to look out for is your next green dot trigger wave. From the last green dot trigger wave, we can see money flow was just pumping. Our VWAP crossed. We got the trigger wave. I mean, like, again, it's just FOMO to look at that. 370% up. But what I'm seeing here is that we could get the wave trend continuing to come down to this bullish OB, and that's our next move up. So that'll be a nice degen trade. Let's just keep watching this in live streams. I'm going to add it to our live stream watch list. All right, and let's have some fun. I'm going to do a quick look at the market charts, and then let's have a little bit of fun. S&P looks like it's about to dump from an OB here. Oh, red dot on S&P. Bearish OB. Nice big gap to fill. I don't even want to look at gold, guys. Oh, gold. The OB at 39 coincides with 0.236. Is this on River again? Sorry, I missed that. Anyway, let me drop that OB trade in onto the Discord. Good idea, yeah, so we can keep track of this. Oh, I wanted to include the market cipher. Stochastic RSI is ready to blow, and regular RSI looks like it needs to come down. Although it hasn't been coming below this level, so it looks like it's almost ready to pop off now. Is that a golden pocket? There's just so much to see here. No, it's not quite golden pocket. The bullish OB is at the bottom of that golden pocket. Yeah, this coin is like a crazy fun thing to analyze. Oh, look at that. Okay, the OB is the golden pocket of this trend. Okay, so if we view this as a completed trend. Okay. Okay, let me drop this in quick. Just gonna say, I'm gonna drop it into the trading setups. Or should I drop it into the live trading charts? Yeah, it looks a bit cleaner here for our live trading to keep it here. Okay, River, 4-hour potential long trade. If MCB gives green trigger or live. Just gonna say cross lower TFs and 4-hour. Potential long trade from OB and golden pocket. Right, there we go, there we go. The OB at 39 coincides with its 0.23x fib. So it actually coincides with the golden pocket of this trend, which is super interesting. Super, super interesting. But let me try find your 0.236. I'm going to leave that in for now. 0.23x fib. I mean, if you go from there, try to drop me a screenshot of where you're getting that 0.236 fib. Okay, I see what you mean. Just be careful of how you're using your Fibonacci retracement. Right, watch my Fibonacci video just to clarify for you a little bit, because it seems like you're guessing where the trend might turn around. You might be using this retracement in reverse. River will flow. Check CLO. Okay, let me quickly add it to the list. I think we're actually going to hop off soon, guys. I did say today we'll do 2 hours just to protect my voice. But we've done well. We've done well. Potential trade setup. From that wick. Try to figure out what you've done here. Looks like you've done it in reverse. Yeah, it looks like you've done it in reverse. Just be careful, right? If you're doing the retracement, it should be from bottom to top. In which case, it's the 0.786. Which would be, actually for a coin that's pumping this much, very likely that we fake out that 786. It's looking like an interesting trade. But just be careful. It looks like you've done your Fibonacci like backwards. McCall, I'm not seeing your trading chart. Did you drop it maybe here? Or maybe in general? Just check that it did go through, because I'm not seeing it. Tuffy Crew is sleeping. Tuffy Crew is all celebrating. Celebrating Tuffy's marriage. Look at the live trading chart. I dropped. Did you drop it in my DM? Nice, guys. Nice, guys. So Tuffy's actually giving us a cost price here. He's just let me know. He's giving cost price, guys. So selling the Tuffy indicator to this community is not making any money. Right? It's for you guys. It's for us. How cool is that? I want it. Bro, where's the setup? I want it. I want it. Okay, rapid fire look at the market charts. Then we're going to quickly do some screening in case there's a live trade. I'm going to keep that in actually. Okay, so S&P about a dump, which looks very dangerous. It's looking very dangerous. So we just have to keep that in mind that, yeah, shorts might be coming in here. Doesn't look as bullish on the daily or the as bearish on the daily or the 4 hour. 1 hour also Looking a little bit weird here. Maybe not as bad as I thought. Let's see this Dixie. Check Telegram. Discord is failing. Weird. Discord's usually way more reliable. But yeah, super cool, bro. I'm glad you got it, man. I know a few of you have been buying it, so congrats, guys. And make sure you watch my tutorial on it, right? I will be dropping some more tutorials on the change of character, the FEGs, etc. But for now, watch the Tuffy tutorial. I know most of you have it, probably if you're buying it. But yeah, guys, I think something big is coming, right? Something big is coming. Oh, it's a Bitcoin trade. Nice. What is that ribbon? What is that crazy ribbon that you're... So is the trade from 86? Is that for... Yeah, okay, I got you. All right, let me bring it up. Let me bring it up. I'm just going to drop it in the Discord because Discord seems to be working for me. So I'm just going to say McCall trade. Okay. What is this crazy ribbon? Looks almost like a Bollinger, or is this the anchored VWAP that you're talking about? But anyway, it looks like quite a simple order block. Is this the 10-minute time frame? Damn. All right, we'll go to the 12. I don't have the 10, but we'll go to the 12. Let's check this order block. Yeah, I see it. Well, you're looking at this one. Nice. What do you mean by OBPOC? But yeah, you can see I also have a major level there. Major level there. We could do another bounce. All right, what's interesting here is that this could be a nice scalp because it's a massive order block. All right, so let's just try do this manually. The best way to learn SMC is to try get it manually. All right, so first of all, we can see a clear downtrend with the lower lows and the lower highs. And then it starts to break structure right here. All right, so that's the break of structure where we put in the higher high. And we also started putting in the higher lows. So when you get a coil of candles like this, I mean, technically, right, there's the break of structure, there's the impulse move. So the previous red candle will be your order block. But I would say this is actually your impulse move. All right, and when you see a coil of red candles like this, you can just drop your order block in at the coil of candles. I think that's what you've done, right? The ribbon is the VWAP. Is that the anchored VWAP, or is that just a straight VWAP? I just love the way that Market Cypher does the VWAP, right? It's so not confusing. Yeah, I would just be careful of a wick below this order block. Let me see where your entry is. Okay, yeah, you've got a nice low entry. 85,664 for the stop loss. 86,430 for the entry. $85,664 for the stop. Somewhere there. Yeah, 12-minute time frame, 10-minute time frame, crazy. Value area is looking a bit weird, but makes sense. Makes sense because you got this liquidity sitting down here within your order block just above your entry. I might move my entry slightly up. And then, yeah, you've got some nice take profits, your POC and your value area high. Not a bad risk to reward. Let me just see how I'm getting this. I want to see how you got your entry here. Or maybe because you're on the 10-minute. I see you. Okay, there's your impulse move. So yeah, you could just do this. A little bit confusing because of that weird little doji right there. But yeah, I see you. I see you, bro. All right, so let us know what levels of confluence you're looking at for this. Not the anchored, just the VWAP. Interesting, interesting. And there you go, guys. McCall's given us a trade. It's 10-minute time frame, so we could chill and wait for this. That would be super fun, DJ and trade, to put our money where McCall's mouth is. But let us know what's the confluence that you're looking for on this 10-minute time frame, or would you need confluence on a higher time frame? Money flow is already turning around here. It's like there's a little sniper order block on the 1 hour here. Nah, looks like we're gonna have to wait for this because there's an order block here. Gonna have to wait for this one. But thanks for dropping, that's awesome. "30-minute Tuffy indicator is picking it up quite nicely. 24-minute is pretty much on the money for your trade. "15-minute, 12-minute. It's weird. 10 minutes not showing. "5-minute clearly showing. All right. Let's slowly end off with just a bunch of screening. I know everybody also seems to be tired today, not just me. But we've done well, guys. We've done well. So what I'm going to do, I don't think we need to check too much up on Bitcoin dominance, etc. We've been doing a lot of that. But let's look for some setups that we can keep our eyes on because, wow, those two trades that blew from last time, it was the Pepe and the Theta. I think that was so impressive. Look at us pumping right now. Crazy. All right, let's just go 1 hour. SMC, do a little bit of screening. Ethereum's got some nice moves here. 2,956 short. 2,861 long. All right, those who are still watching, drop me a message. Are you alive? Are you with us? Are we still alive? And yeah, we have to talk about this government shutdown because I think that's an event that we could trade, right? I want to be trading these news events as a community. And maybe we'll keep gold, silver, and copper for Thursday. And we'll also go through that 4-hour market cipher cheats sheet on Thursday. But I think everybody's tired today. All right, Ethereum. I'm just going to see if there's anything. I mean, these order blocks I would watch, guys. I would watch these Ethereum 1 hour order blocks if you are actively trading today. All right, BB's alive. Ike is alive. Let's go. And guys, if you want to support, try to drop a comment on the live stream. Like after we end the live stream, right? Drop a comment on the upload, because that helps to push it out to new members. And of course, the bigger our community, the stronger we are. Okay, Gala giving us some nice entries here. So those of you who now have the Tuffy SMC, right, you can do this on your own. Exactly what I'm doing. First, you create a watch list, right, of tokens that you think are a high enough market cap, high volatility, nice moves. You can see I have quite a watch list going here. And basically for me, the watch list gets from lower risk, higher caps, down to the higher risk, lower caps. Right? And as long as you know what's going on with your own watch list, and I am going to get into, I haven't forgotten about the TradingView automated watch list algorithm. I'm starting to get there. But yeah, for those of you who are working with the Tuffy SMC, I would recommend everybody to get it, right? It's for life. It's a one-time payment and you've got this tool for life. But start to do what I'm doing. Whatever time frame you want to trade on, pull up that time frame and then screen through and just take note. Man, Pepe looks like it wants to bust. Pepe is an interesting one here. Looks like it's about to print another trigger wave. Wow. Okay, so let's keep an eye on this one. I mean, this looks like one we could actually enter. We need to wait for this trigger wave. The trigger wave is not below the 45, so it's not ultimate. But let's just keep track of this one. For those of you who don't have the SMC indicator, I'm just going to drop it into the Discord. All right, so now that we are getting to know the SMC really nicely, I'm going to move on to the other Tuffy indicators. MACD bridge, there's a few. There's like 5, right? There's like 5, guys. Okay, so let me just make a note to move on to the next one. And honestly, the one that I want to do next is called the precision reversal. It's a crazy algorithm. It's called the precision reversal indicator. But let me make a note here. Okay, so I'm going to say precision reversal. But you want the MACD pressure. MACD pressure indicator. Kongari in the building. What's up, bro? Let us know if you have anything we can enter before we hop off the stream. We're not doing a long one today. We're going to be hopping off quite soon, actually. But it's been real, guys. It's been real. Near looks like a short. Could come in from that OB. Theta also threatening this bullish OB. It is printing a green trigger wave. Okay, let me drop this in. River moving from the 1 hour OB. This is something I want to degen trade, guys. Thursday, we're going to degen trade River. Let me just make a note here. That's really moving. And it's like up and down, but we can see just how nicely it moved from that order block. Interesting. Uni looks a bit dumpy. Aster looking like a bit of a long. XRP got some way to go for its order block. ZK looks confused. OP on its way down. Okay, LTC. I've been hearing some good stuff about LTC. I'm just going to make a note here to do fundamentals on LTC next time. Trigger wave about to print on this 1 hour for Aptos, but no bullish OB. Yo, Solana is squeezing. Let's hope we get another entry here. Crazy how it tapped our entry zone and moved like 7%. Not bad. But it's fine. No FOMO. No FOMO. We're not going to enter now, right? We're going to wait for a retest or an even better entry. And yeah, right now it's just squeezing. We're going to be patient there. Ondo also all just looks a little bit too tight. Right, we want nice space between our order blocks. Cardano. Squeezing up. All right, Doge. That's the kind of spacing we want to see. Because then you have a better risk to reward. So keep an eye on this Doge order block. All right, it's coming from far away, which is good. Okay, I'm going to drop this one in, guys. See, it's a weak low. We could come down to this OB here. And we want to see a nice deep trigger wave. Okay, this is one I would keep an eye on because of that nice spacing. So you get a nice risk to reward. Let me actually drop in the long. I want to try bring your stop below that previous swing. Oh, pump looks like a short. Got the red dot, money flow pointing up. Pump looks like a bit of a 1 hour short here. Dump the pump. Okay, I just want to see if there's anything else that's like glaring. Otherwise, we're going to call it. This one's also looking quite nice. Okay, I'll pop one more in there, and then I think that's good. It's the longer term fill trade. Look at that last trigger wave, right? So this is what you want to see for a trigger wave. Nice and low below the 45. And you can see how the money flow, so important, right? Do you see that money flow? It just turned around and pointed up. Then your VWAP crossed. That's when you get this kind of move. Schwep. So yeah, it looks like that OB's already been tapped. Which actually might make it a little bit weak. ARB. Okay, let's look at ARB. I think I'm going to leave this one for now because... yeah, that order block has already given us the beautiful tap. But when we look at Confluence, guys, let's just take this as a nice example, right? There's your confluence between your market cipher trigger wave and your bullish order block. So I'm just going to drop this in as an example. Yeah, exactly. If an OB's already been tapped, it means that some of the liquidity has already been taken. So what can happen, what does happen often, is you'll still go down to sweep the rest of the liquidity in the order block. Like there's still liquidity sitting down here. But it does mean that, you know, lots of the people, institutional traders, etc., have already taken that trade. So yeah, there's more of a chance that you get this kind of like move, no reaction. So all you do, like normal, same thing. It's just not, you know, I want to go for a fresh order block. It's like more of a chance of a nice pump, but just watch it. And if you see the reaction, you can enter with the volume coming in out of the OB if you get the nice confluence. But you know what might happen here is some kind of bullish divergence. You know, if price comes down like this, obviously it won't be straight like that, but if price comes down further and you get some kind of bull here, you know, that could be a very nice strong move. All right, let's quickly look at the ARB. Well done, guys, for sticking through. I don't know why, like, it's the beginning of the year and we're all tired. Like, what's happening? All right, MACD pressure, mix of three things: pressure box, MACD, and trend. Yeah, man, if it's a toughy indicator, it's a banger. I'll tell you that. I've just been wanting everyone to first get down with the SMC because I don't want to confuse everyone with too many, right? But we're going to move forward. We're going to move forward on them. Okay, ARB. Not really seeing the order block. But let's try draw it in ourselves here. Yeah, I think you could draw this in a few different ways. I mean, I've seen people do this in lots of different ways, right? Some people will even take this green candle as the order block. But technically, it shouldn't be the green candle. Nice trigger wave already. Looks like this might move up from here. But I was going to say, right, so what you do is you say, here's your impulse move. Like very clear structure. There's your break of structure, and here with these 3 crows is your impulse move. So it's just your previous red candle. And it looks like this has already been tapped. It's this candle here. Looks like it just got tapped. Crazy. Yeah, crazy 2025. Big dreams. What's up, bro? Everybody's still tired from 2025. It's like we had such a crazy 2025 that we needed like holiday, but like not rest holiday. We wanted like vacay, you know, like where you go nuts on your holiday, and now we're resting from our holiday. We're tired from our holiday. Retrospect. Hey, I love your profile pic. Very cool. Hype up 20% over 24 hours. Sign of things to come. Yeah, so hype we can get in on the retracement for the continuation. All right, lovely to see people hopping on. If you guys are new, please do subscribe. Make sure you're in the Telegram Academy and the Discord. I'll quickly throw up the QR codes. All right, this is the Telegram Academy QR code. Please do get involved. Tired from losing money? That's the most tiring thing, right? But really, if you're losing money, you have to stop trading money, right? You have to trade demo funds and just get that trading plan down. Backtest, backtest, backtest until you're confident again. Make demo money. Lose demo money before you trade real money again. Bullish divergence on Avalanche. All right, let's quickly look at hype and Avalanche, and then we will call it a day. ARB, I think this ARB could still be on. All right, it does look like it's already going to move from here because there's a green dot, but you could still get this move down into the OB and then up. We'll just drop it in the Discord so that we have it. Because like I say, even if you don't enter, guys, this is backtesting our Confluence strategy here with our market cipher and our SMC. ARB, sorry, not Avalanche. ARB. All right, McCall, ENS, ENSO, short 10x, 400% on a 10x. Brother, how? ENSO. That's nice, man. Got a little bit of a bullish OB now. Can wait for the green. But what's your entry here? 186. Is it your gnarly 10-minute time frame? What was your entry? What was your reason for entry? Trying to find it. I mean, your entry was here at 186. But that order block hadn't printed yet. I mean, I see there was the 30-minute trigger wave right at the top. So beautiful. But what was your entry for the ENSO? What was your reasoning? $45 also printed trigger wave right at the top. 1 hour trigger wave right at the top. That's nuts. Super nuts. 41% down. 4 hour even printed it. Oh, looks like you got the 4-hour. Looks like you got the 4-hour red dot. When money flows finally started turning around. Not bad. Looks like you're gonna make more on this. Because 4-hour money flow is tanking now. You got another red dot. The cool zone could be around 84 to 80k. It's a very big taking time moment. Yeah, I think so. It's okay to step back, guys. What were we gonna look at? Hype. We did look at hype just now. Yeah, it's time to be patient, right? It's like we missed this bullish divergence. And it's that simple, guys. Market cipher really can be that simple. Daily time frame, bullish divergence. Could have got in anywhere in these candles here. So really what I would say is find 10 coins that you like that are mid to large caps. And then set these alerts and learn to trade the strategy, back test it. Because if this was one of them, it's beautiful. You can see here where the VWAP crossed. You can see your money flow was pointing up at the time of the divergence print. Beautiful. What was the last one? ARB. Oh, it was Avalanche. Better than music. Bro, what a compliment. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you're listening and not looking, right? I hope you're listening and not looking while driving. But thank you. Very, very, very cool. Okay, yeah, it was ARB. But someone said Avalanche. Oh, bull div on Avalanche on 15 minute. It's like Avalanche now. I mean, what? How can you have... Where's my ChatGPT? ChatGPT. We haven't even spoken about the shutdown, but it seems like we're going to have a little bit more time. We can speak about the shutdown on Thursday. Because it looks like the date's going to be the 30th. We have a bit more time to speak about the shutdown on Thursday. Yo, my computer's being weird. But anyway, Thursday will be the 29th, and it looks like our window here is, our key date is the 30th here. So it looks like Friday, we're going to get some release on whether the government is going to partially shut down again. Okay, guys, quickly we're going to look at Avalanche. Okay, where's my ChatGPT? I actually wanted to ask about... Did Avalanche ETF have no inflows today on launch? Like, that can't be bullish. Like, yes, it's bullish that it launched. All right, yes, the Avalanche ETF on Van Eck did not register any net inflows on its first day of trading. When it launched on NASDAQ, it recorded about... Okay, so yesterday. 330,000 in trading volume. So not terrible. At least they did trade it. And about 2.4 million in net assets. Okay, so it seems like, I mean, I'm not exactly sure how these ETFs work, but it seems like there's some kind of, almost like an ICO, like a buy-in stage where you drop in your assets. And then when it launches, you can trade. So basically, people had put in 2.41 million. And then there was 330k in trading volume, but there was no new capital. Despite incentives like waived fees on the first 500 million, investors largely stayed on the sidelines at launch. Wow. So yeah, I mean, people are just not keen on alts, right? People are just like over alts now because there's nowhere near altcoin season. Mildly bearish for the very short term, neutral to bullish beyond that. Okay, makes sense. Zero inflows on launch day equals no immediate institutional FOMO. First day ETF flows are mostly a sentiment signal, and this one was weak. Traders often fade ETF launch narratives if the tape doesn't confirm it. Why it's not a big deal long term. ETF launches pretty much equal instant demand, or don't equal instant demand. BTC and ETH ETFs also had slow early days. True. So it's bullish that there is an avalanche ETF, guys. It is bullish for alts and it is bullish for avalanche, but no one wants to trade alts right now. Avalanche is earlier in the institutional adoption curve. Allocators move slower. The ETF still exists, which matters structurally. Net take, short-term, days to weeks, bearish headwind. Medium-term to months, neutral. Long-term, cautiously bullish if avalanche fundamentals and broader risk return. Okay, makes sense, right? It makes sense to me. All right, if you are here all the way to the end, drop me one more message so I see who the OGs are. And yeah, let's call it a day for now. Do me the favor, after I end the stream, drop us a message on the actual live stream upload to help push it to the newcomers. Money flow telling me to be very careful at this moment, both 1 hour and 4 hour, even daily time frame. Yeah, I think it's big time patience now for the lower levels. So just watch back a little bit on our BTC analysis on what you missed. But yeah, guys, patience time. I think Thursday will give us a little bit more volatility to trade. So we're going to be back here for live trading on Thursday. I hope to see you all. Ike has been here the whole time. Beautiful stuff. MF could be mistaken with motherfucker. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Money flow is... I don't know how much I can swear on YouTube. But it is true. It is. Price action on Avalanche has been nasty for long. Yeah, it has. It's been a little bit rough. I mean, look at this. It's just like crazy. It does make nice moves. But really, guys, you can see here, right, where I'm going to get into Avalanche. I think I even set my limit order on the 2x trade. Just the same as all my other altcoins, right? I want to get into the altcoin longs at the bottom of the 10th of October liquidity wick. And for Avalanche, I set it slightly higher because I want to get in on this order block here and the bottom of this major weekly channel. But really, this is the level down here. I want to get into Avalanche at $8. $8. McCall the whole time. Thank you, bro. All right, and I see some are hopping on. If you are new to the community, we are going to hop off now. But please do join the Telegram. Let me quickly drop the link. It's also in the description. All right, join the Telegram Academy. Yeah, it's super long-term support. Like if you go out to the weekly, you know, that's why I want to long that level. It's going to bust, guys. It's some, like when altcoins do pop off, it's going to be beautiful. There's going to be an altcoin tsunami. It's just having the patience, right? Honestly, I think it's going to do this. It's going to take time, guys. It's going to take time. But we have to get in. We have to get in. All right, and then the other links, they are in the description, so make sure you get in on the Discord. Make sure you sign up a Bybit account. Take advantage of the rewards. Once you sign up a Bybit account, do your KYC, then get your $20 coupon by going to the rewards hub. And let's go hard again on Thursday. So thank you so much, everybody, for being here. It has been awesome, although we all seem pretty tired. I love being here with the crew. I will see you same time, same place on Thursday. Keep that Discord hot. If you have any setups ahead of time for Thursday, drop them. But yeah, it's been absolutely awesome to be with you. Keep an eye on those setups that I dropped in the Discord, but please be safe. Make sure you're backtesting if you're new to these strategies. And please, as always, remember my advice, always play from a position of power and strength. Use your stop loss and do not get wrecked. I will see y'all in the Discord. I will see you in the community. Merci, merci. Thank you. Guillaume, now that I know how to pronounce your name. Thank you, Aika. Juan, all the way to the end. Beautiful stuff, BB. Thank you so much, guys and girls. Thank you. Retrospect. What a nice name. I will see y'all all in the community. Same time, same place here on Thursday. So much love and respect. Peace out.